AITA for going off on my husband and his mom for keeping my used pregnancy test? F27. Found out I was pregnant very recently. My husband, M34, and his family are beyond happy and excited. From what I heard, my husband was married 2 times before but couldn't have kids for 10 years. This is obviously a huge deal for his family because his mom will be a first-time grandma with this baby. They threw a celebration dinner for us, and as his mom and I were talking about the baby, she told me about how she already started making memories, started having keepsakes of her grandbaby. I felt a bit confused and asked if my husband bought something for the baby and gave it to her. She said no, but he did bring her my used pregnancy test and gave it to her to store as a memory of the news of her grandbaby's existence. I was floored. I looked at my husband like, "Did you really do that?" And he nodded while smiling. I felt creeped out, disgusted and very uncomfortable. After the initial shock, I just went off on both of them, calling what they did creepy and disgusting and highly violating. My husband argued that it was not a huge deal. He just grabbed the test once I got rid of it, put it in a plastic bag and gifted it to his mom as keepsake. I told him it made me feel violated and creeped out because that test had my literal pee on it. His mom then said something about taking care of the smell, and I lashed out even more and demanded they get rid of it, but they kept arguing, calling me controlling. Bill asked me to calm down, but I decided to just grab stuff and go home. My husband started arguing about how this is all just an overreaction and said that I ruined his and his family's joy by how I behaved after finding out about the pregnancy test. He said for him and his mom it's all about the baby, but I somehow made this whole thing about me and hurt their feelings in the process. But that was my literal pee on that test, and I just couldn't help but flip out even if it ruined their joy for the news. Did I overreact? From what you heard, he was married 2 times before. What do you even know about this man? That's not a normal thing to be unsure about. To do that without your go-ahead is bizarre. To double down and blame you for being upset is concerning. Decent people would get rid of it and apologize for making you feel that way, not try to make you feel worse. That for your husband and his mother, this is all about the baby, and he's angry you made anything about you, the person who is pregnant, that it's their feelings that matter to him while they dismiss yours. This lack of respect and consideration for you is worrisome. I've already given my judgment, so this isn't an info request. But do you know why your husband's previous marriages ended? From what I've heard, from what you've heard. Like, word on the street is, you heard. Or you went directly to the source and asked him about his past relationships? First grandbaby after 10 years plus of waiting. Girl, there's a lot more in store for you. I wish you good luck. We may be seeing you here frequently. And in that subreddit with boundary-stomping mothers-in-law. I think I see why, at 34, you're his 3rd wife. I'm sorry, what? They said it was about their happiness and the baby but not about you? The one creating life in your womb? You do realize it's a first step to never having a say in your own child's life? It's gonna be your husband and his wife, mother. But re-evaluate seriously if you want a baby with this man and want to stay with him. Marinara flags all around. Location flag, 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 location flag. You are his 3rd marriage. Why did his previous 2 fail? Start laying down hard boundaries now, or soon enough mama's boy husband will throw a tantrum about Mill not having a front row seat and a film crew in the delivery room. NTA. So for them, it's all about the baby. And your husband is accusing you of making your pregnancy about you. And you're his third wife because the previous two were infertile. How dare their brood mare have feelings? Is apparently their attitude. Unless that's the kind of life you want, carefully reconsider your situation. NTA. If that ruined his family's joy about the pregnancy, your husband expects you to stay on a very short and narrow leash. That is a weird. Give them a dated poo sample and apologize? In my opinion, the most worrying aspect is that he gave it to his mom without running it past you. Maybe this is just a one-time bit of weirdness. But I would worry that it might be setting the stage for BF involving his mom in other ways you're not comfortable with, without telling you, and expecting you to suck it up because MUH grandbaby. NTA. NTA and also EUWTF? I could get it if they took and printed a picture of the positive test but the actual test itself? So they really think when the kid grows up they're going to want that keepsake. This is the test kit that confirmed my birth. My mom peed on this. D. NTA. NTA. I once found a used pregnancy test in a drawer at my mom's house and she told me it was from when she was pregnant with me. I asked her why on earth she would keep that and she said she liked to keep it to prove she'd been pregnant. I just pointed at myself, tears of joy, like what more evidence do you need? Weird behavior for sure. NTA. I would absolutely be rethinking continuing with everything involving this man and his mother. Info. Have you given any thought to why you're the third wife? NTA. I get that some people keep the pee stick, but that's usually the mom, dad of the baby. To have given it to his mom without even consulting you was weird and way over the line. What if you'd wanted to keep it? It feels like they view this pregnancy as his, and you just happen to be the vessel. I would have some serious conversations with your spouse boundaries now, before your baby is here. NTA. Immediately my first thought was him and his mother are having this baby through you. Have there really been no other signs that your husband is still firmly shoved up his mother's I mean, dude's on his third marriage at only 34. Why did his other two fail? Info. How long have you guys been together and what do you mean by, from what I've heard he's been married 2 times before but couldn't have kids for 10 years? I'm stuck on the, from what I heard, and it's way more concerning to me than the pregnancy test keepsake. Combined with, it's all about the baby and not you, this is giving me the ick. I mean, I have kept all my first positive tests for my kids but they are my kids. No way in hell I would want someone else keeping my piss sticks. That's like keeping someone else's COVID test.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.